John and Susan got divorced after just 5 years of marriage. They had a 3-year-old little boy, and they agreed on a custody arrangement that gave mom 5 days a week and dad 4 days a week. That seemed to work pretty good with their schedules.
I think we can agree that the world is starting to see a commonality with all this marriage, then divorce. And the commonality is it seems to be the women just want out of the marriage. Although they quick to get married, they quick to leave the marriage. Of course, we all know the divorce rates are out the roof. But what's the sad part is that most of the time there's kids involved. So the kids end up in a split up home because these women seem to be naive to think that they can go elsewhere and find a man that's going to take care of their children like the biological dad takes care of his own children. All in the namesake of falling in love again.
We'll move forward 3 years. Mom falls in love with a military service member. They end up getting married and having a child. So now mom's got a child with her new husband who's in the military and with her ex-husband. Well, military sends her new husband orders to change duty stations from Tennessee to California. So now mom's faced with the opportunity to go to California, but she's going to have to get the permission of her ex-husband to do so and to take the kids with her.
There's no holy cowboy in hell I'm going to let my ex-wife bring my children all the way across the country, basically taking the kids out of my life. And then you become a 6-month, a year dad. Guys, kids grow in 6 months. Kids develop habits in 6 months. And see, women, in the name of chasing and falling in love, they think that it's sufficient to run off, marry another guy, have a stepdad, develop a whole new family, which most of the time, that crap don't work out either. And then they left right back in the same position, even worse.
So she sits down with her ex-husband. She said, look, I've got this opportunity to move to California. I'd really love to do it. I think it'd be great for our son. And you can have every summer. You can have fall break, spring break. We can alternate the holidays. Well, her ex-husband said not only no, but hell no. I play an integral role in our child's life. I participate in school activities. I coach the baseball team. There's no way I'm going to let you take our son out to California where I only have 3 or 4 opportunities a year to visit with him. Well, mom was devastated. She hired a lawyer. They filed a petition to allow her to relocate. Case went to trial. The judge had a difficult decision to make. Here's what the judge did. The judge says, okay, mom, I can't keep you from moving to California, but if you move to California with your new husband and your new baby, well, you're going to have to leave your oldest child behind, and father will have custody of your oldest child, and you can have every summer, you can have every fall break, spring break, alternate holidays. Well, mom was devastated. She had to make a decision as to whether she was going to move or not. She ended up staying in Tennessee so that she could raise both children. She was almost like a single mom at that point. She would get to go out to California quite often and visit with her husband, and he would come here a lot, but still it just wasn't the same.
Guys, these scenarios are not uncommon. Guys are fighting these similar scenarios all over the country, all over the world. But notice the common denominator in all of this. It's the woman. Now, most women gonna go to, well, you don't know what happened in the marriage. You can't say, you just assuming. Guys, women love to jump to, hey, it probably was abuse, or it probably was infidelity. But across the board, guys, that's not the commonality most of the time. Women file for divorce at a high rate, and it's not all because of for infidelity or abuse. It's the fact that they just want out and they just want to hit the reset button. But the common denominator in all of this is the woman. Notice that she's drugged 2 men into a scenario, 2 children into the picture. Now, one of those child's gonna grow up in a split up home. And now her new marriage, since she decided to stay in California, well, he's got to fly back and forth from California to Tennessee unless he gets stationed back on the East Coast. But it's going to be very difficult. Either way, She's created a scenario of chaos when probably she probably should have just stayed with her husband. That would have been her best bet. That would have been her best bet. But guys, know your rights. If a woman is trying to stop you from seeing your kid or threatening to take the kid way out of state, way across the country somewhere, then fight for your kids. Go get you a lawyer, save up your money, and fight for the kid. You don't just have to give in just because you think she has all the power. Knuckle down and fight to be a dad, because that kid is your responsibility. And the worst thing to live with in life is regret. And that's something that you will regret eventually.